It's been a while. So, this is. Alright, before I get this off the bat right away, I am a Spider-Man fan. My favorite superhero. I've watched the whole OG, not the whole, probably most of it though. OG 90s cartoon TV show, pretty positive it's the 90s or the 80s. I'm pretty sure it's the 90s one. It's that one. I watched most of it. I've read some of the comics, like, I'm not really. I read like one or two. I'm not a big not like a huge fan of like the comics. I'm like, oh, I gotta read every single one. Like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the comics. I'm not saying I hate them. I just never really read them. Just never had the time really, and I'm lazy as fuck. So I'm not really gonna do that. But I've watched the bad movies, the good movies, the average movies. We're talking about Spider-Man 3 with the average movies. Average movies. There's worse movies than Spider-Man 3, 100%. That movie is just a laughing stock. That's why it's a decent movie. If it's better than the Emoji Movie, it is a decent movie. Okay, it's a decent movie.
Are watching Big Tayu.
Um, that's about it. Yeah. So this is Spider-Man 2 versus the new one, whatever the fuck. I'm gonna call it Spider-Man 4 because there was never a Spider-Man 4 ever released before because it's on the PS4. It's exclusive. So I'm gonna call it Spider-Man 4. There was never a Spider-Man 4 because we could get confused with the PlayStation one from I don't know what the year was, but the one all the way back, big dick years. But that one, the one on the original PlayStation. There's the PS2 one. That's Spider-Man 2. That makes sense because that was from the movies, and this is the Marvel Spider-Man. You could call it Marvel Spider-Man, but I'm gonna call it Spider-Man 4 because there's never a Spider-Man 4 ever released. Only if you talk about the comics, but we don't talk about the comics. Um. So yeah, that's about it. Spider-Man 4. This is what I'm calling it because it was on the PS4. Fuck it. Okay, let's get into this. So there, I'll tell you, there's gonna be maybe a little spoiler. It's really nothing big. It really isn't. Okay. This is like beginning, pretty much. It's like right when you start the game, you do this mission. You fight Kingpin. It was in the fucking trailers or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the E3 bullshit. But yeah, you do this. That's all I'm gonna really say. What was I gonna say? So let's do the comparison. The web slinging, holy shit, they're both amazing games, but I have to give it to the new one because you parkour pretty much. This is the normal. This is right when I started. I'm pretty bad at the game. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. No clue what the controls are. Just saying, if I'm doing terrible, that's why. Um, but pretty much, the web swinging is beautiful. I love the web zip. And the thing is, I did not know about this in Spider-Man 2 until like a couple of years ago. Like when I first played it, I didn't know you could upgrade shit. Then I never beat the game too. I was right at the Doc Ock too. Spider-Man 2. Oh, Easter egg. Oh, spoiler. Spider-Man 2. Doc Ock's in it. Oh, if you didn't know, sorry. But yeah, I never beat him because I didn't have those upgrades. That's probably why. That's about it. I was super close though. I almost beat him, but I was like 7. Um, so yeah, what was I gonna say? So yeah, web slinging 100% better than this. 10 out of 10. IGN. Okay. So other thing, graphics, doy, the new one wins. They just look way better. The visuals look really good. I like the little switch. My problem is there is a lot of glitches in this game. Not a lot, but like there was a lot of glitches that was happening to me. I don't know. It was like when I was fighting a guy, it went like through the map. You might see this through here. I don't know. I don't think you would in this like thing. I don't think I was recording then. I was just recording the beginning. But yeah. Um I like all the suits in the game. They're all cool, unique, special, and good. I like how you get all different whatever they're called too. We could talk about gameplay now because graphics is pretty much done. I like that about it. You switch anything you want. That's one problem I didn't have. That I didn't like about Spider-Man 2. What was that? That's why Spider-Man 4 is a little bit better. What else? Yeah, I didn't even know how to call crawl walls. Yeah, the parkour is really good. That's a gameplay feature. Web slinging was a gameplay feature. Story, both pretty good. Um, the, you really don't care. It's just a story, you know. You're gonna be caring about the missions more than the actual story element. because Spider-Man 2 just copies the whatever it's called, the movie. Spider-Man 4 has a new story, but it's still pretty good. It's nothing like amazing like Last of Us or something, but it's still pretty good. Another thing is I like I like the health system because if you wanted to get health in the old game, you had to pretty much win the fight. If you died, you're pretty much over. There's these crimes in the game too that are very annoying. Fuck me up. If you die in them, well, laser blow go. If you die in them, you pretty much couldn't do it again until you find it again, which is RNG factors. And I'm trying to 100% complete the game, and it's fucking annoying when you're trying to 100% complete the game. When if you die during that part, you pretty much have to find it again, and it's so annoying to find it. And there's like 5 for each different like groups, I guess, and there's like 4 groups in the game. I'm not gonna say them all because they're kind of spoily, but I really don't think they would, but they're really not. But whatever, I'm just not gonna say it. But that's pretty much what they are about. Um, yeah, the vents are pretty cool. I get like that. I like the stealth. I like the stealth. Really like the stealth. Stealth's pretty good. It's kind of like Batman in a way, but just better. Just saying. Um, Man, it's a fun game. 100% completion trophy, super easy. I'm doing it right now. The only problem I have right now, so far, is the fucking crimes and getting all the suits. Because you got to get all these tokens, and if you fail it, you pretty much have to do it again. It's kind of annoying. But, yeah. You don't need to complete it in the harder difficulty, too. I love that. You don't have to, like, do Ultimate Game Plus Edition. Game Plus hasn't even come out yet, but you don't have to do, like, the super hard Ultimate one. You know what I mean? But pretty much, yeah. Sure thing. Oh, one thing that I hate about this game that Spider-Man 2 did, you could go to the Statue of Liberty in Spider-Man 2. In this, you can't. It's bullshit. In one of the missions in Spider-Man 2, I'm gonna say it because it's a fucking old-ass game, and if you haven't played it, go fucking kill yourself. The Mysterio level, where you kill or defeat Mysterio. Kill, defeat, you know what I mean. I don't know, it just doesn't sound right in like a villain because they're gonna come back. You're not killing them, you're defeating them because they're gonna come back 100%. They're not just gonna die. They don't really die. Only if it's like a big plot twist or something, you know. But yeah, you defeat Mysterio. You have to swing to the stupid Statue of Liberty, which was cool, yeah. But that always annoyed me as could because that fucking killed me, dude. Oh, sucked, dude. That took me like a good 3 hours combined just to get there, and then I finally beat him after like a good 4. It was fun. But yeah, you pretty much swing there and you actually get to see it, which that was good in Spider-Man 2. I'm like, yes, I get to get there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love that part. That was fun, you know. But you don't get to visit it at all in this game or game. Spider-Man 4, because it's retarded. It is one of the most known landmarks in New York and just history in general. I have no clue why they didn't let us go to the whatever. Just take a boat over because there's like a fast travel system where you go in the subway. I don't know why they couldn't do that. Or just a mission where you swing over there and you have to destroy or kill someone. You know, maybe like the final boss there instead of where it was. It's not really a spoiler. You just fight the person on Oscorp, like the building. It's nothing. It's not a spoiler who it is. I'm not gonna say who it is, but there's a lot of good Easter eggs. I love the Easter eggs in this game. This game has a lot of good Easter eggs. Say it right now. Stan Lee cameo. It's in the first like 2 hours. It's decently early, but I love that. It's so good. Um, all the suits are like Easter eggs kind of too. The suits, some of the landmarks are kind of Easter eggs. Some of like the cutscenes are Easter eggs. There's Easter eggs in the back, kind of like the opening cutscene too, which I like. But like Avengers and stuff, the buildings are all Easter eggs too, like the Avengers Tower, Doctor Strange's Sanctum and everything. You know, all that. That's sick. I love that. I love that part. Um, One thing I always hated about like the new Spider-Man kind of is fucking Tony Stark. Fucked it up for me kind of. Okay, I like how he developed in a way. I guess maybe this is fine. I like this, in a way. Like, it's been a couple years, so yeah, he gets introduced, and he gets, like, in the comics, I knew about this. In Civil War, he gets the Iron Spider suit. So that makes sense, okay? Maybe like the future. This makes 100% sense. I like this. Like, he already has the suit from Tony and all the science already figured out. But one thing I didn't like about Homecoming was he already gets him, and Civil War is like right there. That did not happen. I do not like that. It never happened like that. That's the bullshit part. It never happened that like he was a young kid that age, whatever they're fucking saying. I don't know what age he is in the movie, but like the act, like not the actor's real age, not Tom Holland's like actual fucking age. Like in the movie, what is Peter Parker's real age? You know what I mean? Because he never got it that like he never got like the robotic slash suit like that. It's kind of bullshit. I don't like that part. I don't like the mentor. It's just I like how he learned on his own because of Uncle Ben and shit. You know, that's always what I liked about that. That's just a little nitpick that I always had with the new one. What else? The fighting's really good. I like the fighting and all the moves you can do, combo moves, kind of like what is it, Mortal Kombat or something. All the different buttons you click. What else? Trying to think. Yeah, there's just a couple glitches. There's like challenges you can do, bomb challenges, swinging challenges, all that. That's for like the 100% completion trophy. I don't think you have to beat them all. I really don't. But yeah, you might need to. I don't think you do though, to get all like the suits and the unlocks. I'm gonna see how much. I'm trying to 100% complete the game and get that platinum. That's about it. Trying to think. One thing about hate this game, the enemies, the big guys, they're annoying. Brutes, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They're annoying as fuck. I don't know why they don't have a stamina bar after they hit you. They should stop, wait a second. But no, they just keep rapid fire for like 5 hits, and you can easily get knocked out by them. Most enemies will only knock you down to 1 health, so you at least have a chance to use your focus to heal, which I like. But the brutes don't. No, if you're like 20 health, they'll fucking one tap you and you're dead. And they just keep charging you like 5 hits, and then they'll stop and not do shit after you're fighting like someone else. And they're super annoying. I wish they have a stamina. Like once they hit, they have like a cooldown. They're like, so you have like a chance to hit him or something. That's one thing I don't like about the combat. Quick time events are just quick time events. There's no problem with that. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else I really could say. Story's decent. Oh, I know one thing that I despise about this game. Okay. I don't really think this gets into spoilers, but it kinda does. Okay. This is kind of ahead of the game, but I accidentally recorded it. So, yeah. I'll say spoiler warning, I guess. It's really not a big spoiler warning. If you really don't give a shit, just keep watching. Doesn't matter. It's really not. I don't know why you really give a shit about the story, maybe, in this game. It's really nothing big. Okay. But okay, whatever. What was I gonna say? Fucking. So. Big dicks. Big dicks are fine. I don't script this, so I'm too lazy to actually, like, write a whole script down, and then, it's just saying that right when I'm getting into it. So. The fucking Mary Jane levels suck. So, I'll say it now because it was just in the trailer. You know how Rhino, Scorpion, and all them get out. Yeah, you have to fight them pretty much. You do at a time, Vulture and Electro, and So you're fighting like Scorpion and Rhino. You just did this big moment in the game. You're like, yes, I beat them. They're super easy though. I just saying. So if you get your hopes up, at least I was on normal difficulty, so they might be a little bit harder on spectacular, whatever the fuck it's called. But I don't think they would be that hard. They're easier than brutes, just saying. Because there's no like minions just gangbanging you the whole time, pretty much. But yeah, I was retarded right here, just saying. So pretty much you just finish them and like yes, and you're like okay, now it's time to go destroy Mr. Negative. He was in the trailer series, so you're fine. It's like time to go destroy Mr. Negative, get him. You're like, yes, time to almost beat the game, you're like, you hyped, but then Mary Jane calls and she's like, "Hello, Peter. I'm doing something right now. Blah blah blah." And then you get transferred, right? Guess what? You get transferred over to Mary Jane. You play as Mary Jane for a good 20 minutes when you just had this hype ass moment of fighting Rhino and Scorpion. You're like, "Yes, I'm about to beat the game. Yes, it's gonna be so cool." And then no, Mary Jane just has to fucking call you and teleport you over to her, and you have to do a fucking mission with her, and it's so annoying. And then you like switch right back to fucking whatever. I completely forget his name. Fuck, what's his name? Nah, fuck, what's his name? Fuck, what's his name? Miles Morales. That's it. Yeah, you transfer over to Miles Morales, right? Same thing. Okay, he was in trailers. You're fine. You do the same thing with him. He does have like a different technique. He like has this hack thing. You don't use him as much. You use him like twice or 3 times. I forget, but you use Mary Jane like 50 times. It feels. But fuck me in the puss. Pretty much. I'm like blank. You pretty much have to walk around or stealth or do some bullshit, and you have to like find out puzzles. It's so boring. You're like, come on, I want to play Spider-Man. The game's called Spider-Man, not Mary Jane Watson. Okay, I'm not saying that like Mary Jane's a bad character or anything. Like, yeah, you saw her in the movies, you saw her in the comics, you saw her in the TV show. It's fine, but when you play a Spider-Man video game where you're actually doing something, not just sitting there watching someone do something. You know, like the character is okay. You know, it's fine to watch her in a cutscene or something. But when you're actually playing the game, you're playing the game because you want to become Spider-Man. You're not playing the game because you want to be Mary Jane fucking Watson, a normal average person. Okay, games are about to be like fantasy. Yeah, you could play The Sims or something like that. I guess you know that's fine. I'm fine with that. If you really want to play something like that, you would find a game in that category. This is a game about like I guess Spidey Sim, I guess you would call it more than anything. Like a Spider-Man sim. You would pretend you're Spider-Man more than anything. You wouldn't pretend you're Mary Jane fucking Watson, an average person that has no superhero abilities and just a bland person. It's just so bullshit. How about just see a cutscene of her doing that for like 2 minutes, not even, you know? It's just to make the game quicker, so you don't have to make a whole level about her. Okay, we just make it way easier for the devs too. You know, maybe they could have put more time into like some mission or some side quest or some big plot. Maybe I don't know. They could have done something. Just take all the Mary Jane levels and you have a really good game. Okay, just put like a cutscene with those Mary Jane levels, and you could skip the Mary Jane level because they're so bland and boring. Okay, you're trying to become Spider-Man. You're not trying to become fucking a normal average person. Okay, maybe being a supervillain that'll be cool, you know, because they have abilities, you know, maybe like Vulture, you fly around, bullshit like that, you know. Not fucking Mary Jane, a normal average person. When you're playing a game called fucking Spider-Man. That's the biggest problem I have with this game. 100%. Biggest problem I have with this game. Okay, let's get to Spider-Man 2. Okay? And this is why Spider-Man 2 wins. Pizza levels, you know? The pizza. It's the pizza levels. We're done, okay? Spider-Man 2 wins. Pizza levels, okay? We're done. Pizza levels win, okay? It's the best song in any video game, okay? You have to swing around, deliver pizzas. It's a masterpiece, you know. The best thing I've ever experienced in a video game. Okay? And, you know, doing that fucking god awful mission with the fucking okay, and this is why Spider-Man 4 wins. One mission that I hated in Spider-Man 2, I despised the most, was this mission. Where I forget the name. I don't know if it was a big villain, I forget, but I really don't give a shit. It was a long time ago. There was this maze you had to do, and it was super annoying. Like, you couldn't let him see you, and if you fell off, and like the climbing or the crawling controls, or the what, what the fuck, the good old like crawly crawl. We'll call it the crawly crawl. When you're crawling up a wall, you know, if you fell off, you would lose, and you really couldn't regain your position. And the camera sucked in Spider-Man 2. Just saying, that was the worst part about Spider-Man 2. Camera. Or this, but It kind of goes together, the camera and the mission. You like not let him see you, and you had to get to the top, and then you had to fight people, and he could have still killed you. Super annoying. Least favorite part about the game. It was the worst part about that game. Okay. Another annoying part was the photos. They're in this game too, but they're not as toxic as whatever. Like then in this game, they're not mandatory, which I like. They're not mandatory. You don't need to do the photos. Same thing on a lot of things in this game. They're not mandatory. There is some mandatory things, maybe doing a couple bases to like get a certain. You don't need all the suits actually. You don't need any suits to beat the game, but some of the abilities are decently good to have. The one I used the whole time was the classic Spidey suit, repaired one, because there's a damage right after you beat Kingpin. It's like damage, and you have to like repair it, and you get the one from the trailers. I didn't like that suit, so I never used it. I went to the new R suit, but yeah, I like that one. There's all different abilities. I was talking about that a little bit, and yeah, which I liked. I liked the customization. You know, in Spider-Man 2, there was no customization with that, and there was there was skills. I guess they weren't really amazing skills. I guess I don't know what they really did because I never bought any. You would say, and I don't want to beat the game. I'm just too lazy. I don't have the time. I'm fat and lazy. I just don't want. And my memory card is like fucking broken on my PS2. Like this first slot doesn't save memory cards. And you can't use a second slot for some odd reason. I don't know why. It just doesn't let you. I would beat the game if that would work, but it's not. So yeah, that's probably why Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 4, I mean, wins because of that. It's just a little bit more fun. I still have fond memories of Spider-Man 2 because it was just like my childhood. You always have like that big childhood game that's like your favorite, and there's always like that big one. It's probably a big one for me. Spider-Man 2 is amazing. This is like Spider-Man 2, just a little bit more polished, and not in the Tobey Maguire like area of the film. It's the Marvel area more than anything. One thing they could have easily done. They said no, we can't put Venom in it. But you know what console it's exclusive on? PlayStation. You know who has the rights for Venom right now? Sony. Easily they could have added it. It's not that hard. I hope for like the DLC or something they could have added it. I like all the villains, but I just like having more. Yeah, I know you could have a Spider-Man 3 thing when they just keep pumping out those villains. Kind of like, what they kind of did here, but they're super easy bosses, and they really didn't get in the way. They were kind of working. It was a sinister sex, pretty much. So, it wasn't really getting in the way. They didn't really, I don't know what I was going to say there, but yeah, Spider-Man 4, 100%. That's my pick. So, yeah, that's about it. I'm done. I'm sorry. And if I haven't made videos because I'm lazy and fat and I'm shitty, okay? And I'm done. Fuck all you. Charles, go.
Please sub to Big Tie. You leave a like, or Charles will kill you. And share and follow on social media. And tap or click the bell, or Horseman will fuck you. And thanks for watching, and Phoenix.